If you're a high achiever who is unhappy with your life, who is successful, has a business, a great career, but just feels like there's something lacking or missing, your relationships may be failing, your health is suffering, you're stressed, you have that high achiever's anxiety, low level, when will I get and feel the way that I want to feel? You can't sleep, you're frustrated. Possibly you think you should be better. You shouldn't feel this way because you have so much. I've lived that life. I lived it for years. I didn't know why I felt the way I did. But after almost dying in 2014, I decided I wanted more. And today I am standing on a beach in St Tropez that I sat on in 2016 with a friend after we were cycling rather, from Barcelona to Monaco, including to the summit of Mont Ventoux, and we discussed how I could impact on people's lives. Now, what he was talking about was obviously alcohol, that I'd drunk so much alcohol and spent so much time in bars and clubs, pubs around the world, partying and traveling as I had done for decades. What I was talking about is changing on the level of identity, because when my doctors told me I wouldn't be able to regain my health and well-being, my muscle mass in 2014, I said, watch me. I decided to change on the level of identity, to regulate my nervous system, to grow emotionally, to integrate and regulate my emotional state, to start feeling what I hadn't been feeling, my mindset, to adopt a growth mindset, because the mindset that I'd been using to use my intelligence to override my biology hadn't worked. Fighting my business partners for control of a business and my romantic partners for control of my life, my family, it hadn't worked. And my body had been keeping the score, and I'd never read that book. I had disintegrated and my body had completely collapsed. I'd collapsed. In 2014, I had a full nervous system, emotional, mental, and physical, spiritual breakdown. That is an ICU at 40 years of age. I wanted more. So I decided that I was going to get myself fit and healthy again on all those levels. And here with my friend, he asked me to do him a favor because he had an accident last week and his doctor suggested he didn't drive. So he said, will you drive me 1,000 miles so we don't have to miss the holiday that we're going on in our apartment? And I said, of course, because that is connection. I'm connected to myself and I have amazing friendships now. I've always had friendships, but this has taken them to another level, and you can have this in your life. You can live life on your terms with high levels of consciousness and awareness. You have amazing relationships with your family, your loved ones, yourself. This is what we do in the Conscious Edge. This is a contented life. What does contented mean to you? Because it doesn't mean you've stopped. It doesn't mean you've lost your edge. It means everything that you want in your life. I absolutely love it down here. And I love the fact that my friend wants me to accompany him on a trip to the Riviera. It's absolutely amazing. Contact me if you need a co-driver as you are at the wheel of changing your life. We can make it whatever you want it to be.